Jai Hind. Okay. The screen is clearly visible to you. Jai Hind to all of you guys. How old are you? Good afternoon, good afternoon. Okay. How old are you guys? How's the preparation going on of exam? Okay guys, welcome back to this session of biology. So here we have to complete the topic control and coordination. We have learned in the earlier classes. You have learned in the earlier class? Yeah? Did you remember anything? Okay, that's good guys. Okay. So, shall we start or wait? Okay guys, firstly I have to ask some questions for you. I have some questions for you. Tell me the answer, okay? So, the 5 process or the 5 symptoms of nutrition in different organisms, just name them. Yeah guys? Correct. Auto, hetero, holozoic, saprophytic and parasitic. Correct, Mayur. Can you give the example of holozoic? Guys, example of holozoic nutrition? Human beings, okay. Example of the parasitic nutrition? Yeah, amiable, correct, leech, okay. And the saprophytic? Okay. Cascata is the example of parasitic and the saprophytic? Okay. Okay. Name the extension present in the nutrition in amoeba which help to engulf the food particle. Can you name it? Correct. Pseudopodia. And the another name? Another name of pseudopodia, guys? False leg. Yeah. Correct, guys. Okay. Now, tell me the length of the alimentary canal. It is 9 meter. You are correct, Ishwara. The 9 meter is the length of the alimentary canal, guys. Just remember this, okay? And the length of the small intestine and large intestine. Did you remember? The length of the small intestine and large intestine? 6.5 of which? Correct. 6 meter is of small intestine and large intestine is of 1.5 meter. Yeah. Guys, can you explain me why this opposite length are of there? Means small intestine, it is of 6 meter long and it is large intestine, it is of 1.5 meter. Why is this so? Any particular reason of this? Can anyone tell me? Reabsorb, absorption. You are saying that in small intestine? Because of absorption by villi. Okay. See guys, the small intestine and large intestine lengths are decided by their width. Okay. small intestine is highly coiled and its width is more. So their length is decided by width, and one more reason. Due to complete digestion in the small intestine and also the absorption by the villi, because villi increase the surface area of the small intestine, so absorption take place. So it is also reason for this. Clear, guys? Is it clear to you? Okay. Now, shall we move ahead? Let's see. Human digestive system is made up of two parts, alimentary canal and the digestive glands. We will revise this topic and then we move ahead. Alimentary canal is about 9 meters long, which start from mouth and extend to anus. You know this, it starts from the mouth and end to anus. Okay. Saliva has an enzyme named ptyalin. Another name of ptyalin, guys? Another name of ptyalin enzyme? Correct, salivary amylase, which digests starch into maltose. So salivary amylase digests the starch and it converts into the maltose. Okay. The lining of alimentary canal has muscles that contract rhythmically in order to push the food forward. This movement occurs all along the gut and the movement is called peristaltic movement. The food moves forward, so by which movement? By the peristaltic movement. Okay, guys? Now, here, esophagus opens into J-shaped stomach. Esophagus is a food pipe. It opens into a J-shaped stomach and is on the left side of the abdomen. Okay. The protein digestion starts in the stomach. In the stomach, the protein digestion starts. Now it is about small intestine. Small intestine is a coiled and narrow tube. Small intestine is a coiled and the narrow tube which is divided into three parts: duodenum, middle jejunum and the distal ileum. Did you know the function about the duodenum, middle jejunum and distal ileum? Did anyone? Yeah. Jayat Raj, you know? Tell me the function of duodenum, jejunum. Synthesize. Okay. See, guys, the jejunum, okay, the middle jejunum absorb the sugar, amino acid and the fatty acid. It is the main function of the middle jejunum. You should remember this. The jejunum function is to absorb sugar, amino acids and the fatty acids. Okay. Is it clear to you? And the ileum, the distal ileum, absorb the remaining nutrients. The remaining nutrients are there, so the ileum absorb the remaining nutrients. Okay, guys? Okay. And the function of the duodenum, the vitamins are absorbed by the duodenum. Particularly one vitamin, that is vitamin B12. Okay. That is absorbed by the duodenum. So these three functions are of, so these three parts, duodenum, middle jejunum and distal ileum, their functions are: duodenum absorb the vitamins. The main vitamin name is given, that is vitamin B12. Okay. The function of the middle jejunum. What is function of the middle jejunum, guys? What is the function of middle jejunum? No. Ileum absorb the remaining nutrients. Okay. And the jejunum absorb the sugars, amino acids and the fatty acids. Yeah. The jejunum absorb the sugar, amino acid, fatty acids, these all are absorbed by this, and the ileum absorb the remaining nutrients. Is it clear to you? Can you move ahead now? Okay. Now, small intestine is the site of complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Okay. One more question is arised of small intestine, that why small intestine called the longest, or we can say largest part of the alimentary canal? Can you hear me? Why small intestine is known as the longest or largest part of the alimentary canal? Can you give me the reason? Because it was 6 meter. Okay, we can say that. The another reason? Length is the reason, and one more reason is there. Maximum, sir. Correct, Kaliniti, because of villi. See guys, in small intestine, two processes take place. First is digestion and another one is the absorption. Because of this, it is known as the largest, or we can say longest part of the alimentary canal. Due to length also, it is also called. Okay, is it clear to you? Okay guys, next is gallbladder stores bile, salt and pigments secreted by the liver. Liver secrete the bile salts and the pigments, and the gallbladder stores them. Okay, moving towards the question. See, match the column guys. The mode of nutrition of these organisms. Tell me the answer fast. Yeah, the first option is correct. Yeast, saprophytic, tapeworm, parasitic, amoeba, holozoic, and the snake is of carnivore, and the green plants autotrophic. Yeah, we have already done this. Just revise and then we move ahead. Okay, Rakesh. Second one. Earthworm, cockroach, fish, amoeba. Tell me. Yeah, the third option is correct. Here, earthworm, respiratory organ is skin. Then cockroach, it respires through the trachea, and the fish respires through gills, and the amoeba respires through the cell surface. Audible? So guys, the third option is correct. Okay. Now here, cell growth, wilting, emergency and electrical impulse. Yeah, fourth option is correct. Okay, you are right. Next one, phylum, nephron, veins and platylids. Tell me the answer. Fast guys, you have solved this. Correct guys, the first option is correct. Okay. Next, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, digestion in food vacuoles. Okay. Yes, the second option is correct. Here, trypsin, amylase, bile and pepsin. Can you tell me the answer guys? Trypsin, amylase, bile and pepsin. Correct, Ravi Shankar. First option is correct here. Okay. See, trypsin, pancreas secrete the trypsin, amylase, saliva secrete the amylase, then bile. So liver secrete the bile and the pepsin, gastric gland secrete the pepsin. Okay. Here, olfactory receptors, thermoreceptors, gustatoreceptors and photoreceptors. Tell me the answer, guys. Correct. Fourth option is correct here. Okay. Consider the following statements. Here you have to guess which statement is right. Osmoregulation is the process which helps to maintain the right amount of water balance in the body. Second, the process of formation of blood marrow is called hemopoiesis. Can you tell me the answer of this question? Correct, guys. The third option is correct because the A statement and B statement are right. Just remember this B statement. The process of formation of blood marrow is called hemopoiesis. Okay. Now the next topic is there. Transportation is in plants. Let's see what is transportation in plants. Kaveri, I will clear your doubt afterwards. Okay. Let's start this topic. First, see, transportation in plants. The movement of molecules from lower concentration to high concentration is known as osmosis. Now, what is osmosis? Movement of molecule from lower concentration to high concentration. It is known as the osmosis. We have learned the three conditions of osmosis in the earlier session. Did you remember it? The three conditions of osmosis in cell and tissue, we have learned that. Okay. So I am asking the question, tell me. Okay. The cell gets shrink. In which condition the cell gets shrink? Everyone should answer it. Correct, guys. Abhinav, you are correct. The correct answer is hypertonic, not hypotonic, guys. Okay, in hypertonic, the concentration of the solution is less and the concentration of the cell is more. So the cell gets shrink because it loses the water. Okay, guys? Is it clear to you? Hypertonic, in hypertonic, the cell gets shrink. And the neutral condition is which? Neutral condition, guys? Correct. Isotonic. In isotonic, neither the cell gets shrink nor it gets swell. Okay. Now here the transportation in plants. So here it is given the molecules move from lower concentration to high concentration is known as osmosis. We know that. Second, vascular system helps the plants for transportation of water and mineral. The vascular system helps the plant for the transportation of water and minerals which are necessary for the plants. Xylem and phloem are conducting tissues of plants. The xylem and the phloem are known as the conducting tissue of plants. Okay. Next. Tracheids are long, thin, spindle-shaped cells and have thick cell walls. Here the tracheids description is given. So what are tracheids, guys? Tracheids are long, thin spindle-shaped cells and have the thick cell wall. These are the tracheates. Okay. The loss of water in the form of vapors from the leaf to the atmosphere is called the transpiration. Now, what is transpiration, guys? The loss of water in the form of vapor. Okay. In Hindi, you can say that O's. You have heard about the O's? Yeah. So, here, the loss of water in the form of vapor from the leaf to the atmosphere is called the correct Ravi guttation. You are correct. Is called the transpiration. Okay. Next, transpiration helps in the upward movement of sap or water from the root to leaf. The function of the transpiration help in the upward movement of sap or water from the roots to leaves. It is the function of transpiration. Next, transport of food from leaves to other parts of the plant is called translocation. There is difference between the transpiration, translocation and the guttation. Okay guys, that O's is known as the guttation and here the transpiration is given. And what is translocation? Transport of food from leaves to other part of the plants is known as the translocation, which is carried out by the phloem. Is it clear to you? Okay. Don't get confused between these three words. Okay guys? Transpiration and the translocation and the guttation. Now, here, moving ahead in control and coordination in life processes. So, in life processes, another main system comes excretory system. So, let's see the excretion in animals. Okay. The removal of unwanted waste materials from the body is called excretion. Removal of waste materials from the body is known as the excretion. You are familiar with this. Contractile vacuole helps in the excretion in single-celled organisms. The contractile vacuoles helps in the excretion in single-celled organisms. Okay guys? Is it clear? You have learned in the nutrition in amoeba the food vacuole. Okay, I have tell you the food vacuole digested the food and the waste material, the vacuole contract and the waste material get out of the amoeba. So amoeba is a single cell organism, it is unicellular. So the contractile vacuole help in the excretion in single celled organisms. Is it clear to you guys? Okay, now moving ahead, excretion in human beings. See, excretion in human being, in excretory system, there are pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, urinary bladder and the urethra. See here in the diagram, left renal artery, it is the left renal artery, it is a left kidney, it is a left renal vein, aorta, left ureter, vena cava, urinary bladder and the last is urethra. So it is the excretory system of the human being. Okay. Next here description is given. Let's see it. Kidneys are bean shaped. We know that the kidneys are of bean shape. The waste material is brought to kidneys by renal arteries. Here the arteries are given. Okay. Left renal artery here given. So the waste material is brought through the arteries to kidney. Okay guys. Next point. Every nephron has two parts. One is Bowman's capsule and the another one is collecting tubule. The nephron has two parts guys. One is Bowman capsule and another one is the collecting tubule. Okay. Next. Now what Bowman capsule consists of? Bowman's capsule consists consist of network of capillaries called glomerulus, and they are collectively called as Malpighian body. It is important for the MCQs, guys. The nephron has two parts, the Bowman capsule and the collecting tubule. Okay. Then the Bowman capsule consists the network of capillaries. Okay. And that network of capillaries called the glomerulus. And they are collectively known as the Malpighian body. Clear, guys? The urea is produced in the urinary bladder. Okay. Firstly, all the waste material gets separate and the filtration process is there, and the urea is produced in the urinary bladder. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah. So here we are talking about the Bowman's capsule. So Bowman's capsule consists the capillaries and they call the glomerulus, and they collectively known as the Malpighian body. Is it clear to you guys? Okay. Now moving ahead. Here, kidney also help to maintain osmotic potential in blood and tissue fluid. The function of the kidney is given. Kidney also help to maintain osmotic potential in blood and tissue fluid. Next, improper functioning of the kidneys may lead to accumulation of water in the body called oedema, nephritis, kidney stones and the gout. Here, if in the kidney, it show the improper functioning. So some disease are given that are oedema, nephritis, kidney stones and the gout. Okay. Next is an artificial kidney is a device to remove nitrogenous waste product from the blood through dialysis. I think you have heard about the kidney dialysis. Kidney dialysis? Yeah. So here it is given. An artificial kidney is a device. The artificial kidney is a device which removes the nitrogenous waste product from the blood. It is known as the dialysis. Okay, guys? Is it clear to you? Now, next is excretion in plants. Let's see excretion in plants. Okay. Oxygen is waste product of photosynthesis in plant. Here it is giving the oxygen is a waste product of photosynthesis in plants. Next, many waste products are stored as resins and gums in plants. In plants, many waste products are stored in the form of resins and in the form of gums. Okay. Next, here the excretion is completed. Tell me the parts of the excretory system. Can you tell me the parts of the excretory system, guys? Yeah. If kidney does not proper work, so which disease can occur? Can you name them? Nephritis, stone, okay. Dialysis is done when the kidney does not work proper, okay. Then dialysis is done. Yeah, so it is about the excretory system. Okay, now moving ahead. See, anyone has asked me where does the urea produce? Urea is stored in the urinary bladder Okay, and it is produced in the liver. Okay, who have asked me this question? It is produced in the liver. When the liver break down in the amino acids and the proteins, then the urea is produced there. Okay, don't get confused that urea is produced in the kidney or somewhere else. In urinary bladder, the urea is stored and it is produced in the liver when the amino acids and the proteins get break down. Okay, is it clear? Nothing is produced in the kidney. In the kidney, the waste material gets separated. The filtration is the process in the kidney. Okay, is it clear to you? Okay, now moving ahead, coordination in animals. Let's see the coordination in the animals. So, the main topic, the nervous system. Now, what is nervous system? It comprises neurons, nerves, nerve organs, which control the activities of different organs of body. It consists of neurons, nerves, nerve organs, nervous organs, and which control the different organ of our body, different activities of our body. Clear, guys? Next, neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. It is asked sometimes which is the structure and the functional unit of the nervous system. So, neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Clear? The nervous system, neuron is the structural and functional unit. And can you tell me the structural and functional unit of kidney? Can you tell me? Correct, guys. Nephron. Nephron is the structural and the functional unit of the kidney. Okay. Next, neuron or nerve cell has three components. They have the three components. Let's see. First is cell body is a rounded, stellate part of neuron that contains a central nucleus. So, cell body is a rounded and it contains a central nucleus, abundant cytoplasm and various cell organelles except centrioles. Okay. It consists of central nucleus, cytoplasm and various number of cell organelles except centrioles. Okay, guys? It maintains the neuron through its metabolic activity and growth. Is it clear to you? The first point is clear? Okay. Now moving ahead. Axon. Next is axon. What is axon? See, guys, centriole function during the cell division it helps. The centriole help in the cell division. Okay. Yeah. And what are you asking, Kaveri? Okay. There are we will see the reflex arc. Moving ahead, then we will see the reflex arc. There we will understand how the messages are transferred. Okay, Kaveri? Now here, dendrites. Dendrites are fine, short and axon. We are learning about the axon. What is axon? Axon has an insulating and protective sheet, myelin. Do you know about the myelin, guys? What is myelin? What is myelin? Yeah, tell me. Curved sheath we can say. Okay. Okay. See, the myelin, it protects the nerve from the electrical impulse, the other electrical impulse. Okay. So the myelin sheet protect the nerve from the other electrical impulse. Okay, guys. So axon has an insulating and protective sheet. That's why it is known as the protective sheet of myelin around it. Myelin is made up of fat and protein, and it is made up of the fat and the protein. Okay. Then the dendrites. What is dendrites? Dendrites are fine, short and branched protoplasmic process of cell body that pick up sensations. The dendrites pick up the sensations. Okay. Physical, mechanical and electrical, chemical. These all sensations are taken up by the dendrites. These are fine, short and the branched protoplasmic process and transmit the same to the cell body, and the sensations are transmitted to the cell body. Okay, guys. Now here the neurons transmit the messages to the nervous system in the form of electrical signal. Now, the neuron transmit the messages to the nervous system in which form? In the form of electrical signal. They pass the impulse of the cell body. They pass the impulse to the cell body and then along the axon. Then they pass the impulse to cell body and then along the axon. The axon passes the impulse to another neuron. Then the axon passes the impulse to another neuron through a function called synapse. And this function is known as the synapse. When the axon passes the impulse to another neuron, and the function is known as the synapse. Okay, guys? Okay. Next, there are three types of neurons. Let's see the three types. First is sensory neuron, second is motor neuron, and the third is relay neuron. Let's see the function of these neurons. The first is sensory. It transmits impulses from sensory cells or receptors towards the central nervous system. It transmits the signals, or we can say impulses, from sensory cells to the CNS, central nervous system. These are the sensory neurons. Second is motor neuron. What is motor neuron? It transmits impulses from the CNS towards the muscle cell. Now, what is synapse? Is a gap, not a function. You are seeing this. See, guys, synapse allow neuron to pass an electrical or chemical signal to other cell. Okay. The synapse allow one neuron to pass the electrical or a chemical signal to another cell. Is it clear to you, Akash? Yeah, we can say it is a junction because it passes the signals, because it passes the neurons to the electrical and the chemical signal. Okay. Okay, now sensory neuron, motor neuron and relay neuron. So we have seen what is sensory neuron. Sensory neuron transmit impulse from sensory cell towards the CNS. Then motor neuron, here the signal are transmit from CNS to the muscle cell, okay, or it is given effectors. Then the third one is relay neuron. It occur in the central nervous system where they serve as link between other neuron. It occur in the central nervous system, and it is a link between the other neurons. Clear, guys? Now the another one. And Akash, you are talking about the that synapse gap now. So it is a gap between the cell membrane and the axon terminal. Okay, that synapse gap. It is the gap between the cell membrane of an axon terminal. Okay, Akash, is it clear? 5 minutes, guys. Okay, please wait. Is my voice is audible? My voice is audible? Okay. The three types of neurons, guys. Okay. Motor, sensor and relay neuron. Clear? Then what is translocation? What is translocation? Food transportation. Okay. And what is transpiration? What is transpiration? Loss of water. Okay. Guttation. Water oozing through leaves. Okay. Guttation. See, guttation we can say the secretion of droplets of water from the pores of plant. Pores of plant, or we can say end of the plant. The secretion of the droplets of the water from the pores of the plant, or we can say end of the plant. It is known as the guttation. Clear, guys? Yeah, during early morning in leaf. Yeah. It is not from stomata, it is from pores. Ganesh, it is from pores, not from the stomata. Now my next question is, what should be revised now? Gallbladder stores which pigment? Bile. Yeah. Bile is secreted from liver. Is it right? Is it true or false? Yeah. So the bile is secreted from the liver. Okay, let's start. guys, 2 minutes, network issue is problem. Tell me these statements are correct or wrong. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So my first question is, the example of the receptors as chemoreceptors, thermoreceptors, photoreceptors, these all are the example of receptor. You have solved that question. See here, we have seen that question. Anyone has asked me for the example of the receptor. These all are the example of the receptor. Okay, clear to you? Okay. Now my first question and the first statement is, we can detect the malfunctioning of heart is by EEG. Okay, this is first statement. And the second statement is, sphygmomanometer is the instrument used for measuring blood pressure. Should I repeat one more time, guys? Okay, I will repeat one more time. The first statement is, we can detect the malfunctioning of heart by EEG. Okay, I am saying EEG. And the second one is, sphygmomanometer is the instrument used for measuring blood pressure. So which statement is correct, guys? Okay, you are saying second only. Correct, Ganesh, it is ECG. Full form of the ECG, guys. Full form of the ECG. Electrocardiogram. Yeah, okay, you are right. So can we move toward the second question? Okay, guys. My second question is, listen carefully, okay? Forebrain is the center of intelligence, control of movement and hearing. These all are the function of the forebrain. The question is saying, okay, I will repeat. Forebrain is the center of intelligence, control of movement and hearing. Second statement is, control and coordination are functions of nervous and endocrine system. Which is the correct statement? The second statement is, control and coordination are functions of nervous and endocrine system. Everyone should give the answer, guys. Okay, so you all are right. The both statements are correct. Okay. Can you name the anterior parts of the forebrain? Can you name the anterior parts of the forebrain, guys? I am asking of the forebrain. The three anterior parts of the forebrain. Anyone? Try more. Correct. First is correct. Cerebellum. It is not. See, guys, the three main anterior part of the forebrain is cerebrum, thalamus and the hypothalamus. Okay. These three main part of the forebrain, cerebrum, thalamus and the hypothalamus. Okay, guys? Is it clear? Okay. Now, Can we move towards the another question? Okay. So my next question for you is, herbivore is an animal that feeds on both plants and animals. It is the first statement. Okay guys. Herbivore is an animal that feeds both plants and animals. And the second is, egestion is the process of passing out undigested components of food. Which one? Second or first? Or both? Correct guys, second is only correct. From the starting you are learning that the herbivore is an animal that only feeds plants, not the animals. Okay. My next question is, see, my next question, listen properly, huh? Growth hormone is secreted by adrenal gland. The first statement is secreted by the adrenal gland. And the second statement is, spinal cord originates from the cerebellum. Can you tell me the correct answer, correct statement? Cerebellum, and the growth hormone is secreted by adrenal gland. Okay, Akhil is saying both are wrong. Akhil, can you tell me why both are wrong? Anshu is also saying both are wrong. Can you tell me? Acha, first tell me. Okay, first tell me guys, growth hormone is secreted by which gland? Correct, pituitary gland. The growth hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland. You are correct. Second is, spinal cord originates from the cerebellum. You are correct, medulla oblongata. Or in a specific way, we can say that the bottom of the brainstem. You have heard about the brainstem, the area of medulla oblongata. Brainstem, did you heard about it? Yeah, it is the area of the medulla oblongata. So from the brainstem, the spinal cord originates. Clear guys? It is an appropriate answer. You are saying medulla oblongata, it is correct. But which part of the medulla oblongata? From the brain stem, it is originate. Clear guys? Okay, can we move ahead? So my next question is, junction between two neurons is called synapse. The first statement is, junction between the two neurons is called the synapse. Okay. And the second statement is, ductless glands which manufacture hormones and secrete them directly into the bloodstream. The ductless glands which manufacture hormones and secrete them directly into the bloodstream. Everyone should answer. Okay. What are ductless glands, guys? What are ductless glands? Ganesh, it is not exocrine, it is endocrine, Baba. Okay. So the endocrine glands are known as the ductless glands. Okay. So it is clear to you guys? Can we move towards the another question? Okay. So my next question is, lenticles are aerating pores present in cork and bark of plants. I think you have done this question. Lenticles and esophagus one. Yeah, you have done this. Okay. My next question is of MCQs. Autotrophic nutrition occur in, you have not done this one. See, I am repeating that question. Lenticles one. Lenticles are aerating pores present in cork and bark of plants. It is the first statement. Okay guys. Lenticles are aerating pores present in cork and bark of plants. And the second statement is, esophagus does not possess digestive glands. Okay. Esophagus does not possess the digestive glands, but action of salivary amylase over starch continues in it. Tell me answer. See, the both are correct. Okay. The lenticles are aerating pores which are present in cork and bark of the plants, and the function of the lenticles is it helps in the gas exchange between the atmosphere and the internal tissue. Okay guys, it helps in the gas exchange between the atmosphere and the internal tissue. And what about the esophagus? Esophagus does not possess the digestive gland. Okay. See, the cork and bark are the components of the woody plant. Okay, Kaveri Priyan? The cork and bark are the components of the woody plants, and the main difference between them is their of structure and the function. The difference between cork and bark is of structure and the function. Cork protective barrier serve करता है, and the bark has the function of the storage and the transport. Listen to me carefully one more time. The cork and the bark are the components of the woody plants. Okay, and they both are different by their structure and the function. Cork serves as a protective barrier, and instead the bark function is to storage and the transport. Okay, is it clear to you, Kaveri? Is it clear to you? Okay. Who is asking about cuticle? Cuticle of plant or cuticle of body? Abhinav? Cuticle plant or cuticle of body? See, the plant cuticle provide the protection against the external environment, or we can say in the unfavorable conditions or in the external environment, the plant cuticle provide the protection. Okay. And it is an extracellular layer, means it is an outer layer of the plant. It is the cuticle. Okay. And in the human being, the cuticle is a dead layer which is present in the nails, 4 nails. In the MCQs we have solved that cuticle. Did you remember? Okay. Now so here the questions are over. Let's move toward the slides. Here, now let's talk about the reflex action. Okay, what do you understand by the reflex action? What do you understand by the reflex action, guys? Yeah, rapid, sudden, immediate, we can say that. See, if sudden reaction, we can say it. If your hand come in contact with fire, okay, I am giving you the example. If your hands come in contact with the fire, so you immediately remove your hand. Yeah, you immediately remove your hand from that object or from that fire. And it is known as the rapid action, or we can say the reflex action. Clear, guys? The reflex action. So it is a rapid automatic definite response to stimulus by an organ without involving brain for its initiation. The pathway which is followed by this is called the reflex arc. And the pathway is known as the reflex arc. Okay, guys. So here we over the class. I think the doubts are clear to you. If you have the more doubts, so tell me in the another session or message in the group. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care and Jai Hind.